Hey everyone, welcome back, y'all. We are back to speak about a topic that I am not seeing on YouTube when it comes to prepping. And I think I need to bring this forward so it can help you guys as preppers and as budgeters, because I'm putting this up on both my channels, y'all. I'm going to put it up across both channels. But currently I'm going to be speaking mainly to my preppers, because I don't see preppers putting on how they budget to get their preps, their equipment, things of this nature. And I think it needs to be spoken about because this is extra money that you are going to have to save and put aside in addition to everything that you're paying for now and the higher price of groceries. And for those of you who want to start prepping or brand new to prepping and you're overwhelmed because you're buying your groceries, plus you need to push money aside for preps, and it can strain your budget. And I want to talk to you about how we here at the house get together our money for preps. You see everybody prepping. You see how we prep. You see equipment. You see how we all put food up on our shelves and food in our 5-gallon buckets and filling our freezers. And you're thinking, how are you doing that? Because right now money is tight for everyone. So we're going to show you how we do it. I'm also going to show you how to get these trackers. Now, everybody here on the budgeting side, I have subscribers who actually watch both my channels. I have some that are just, nah, I just want the preps. And some are just, nah, I just want the budget side of things. So that's why I'm putting it up across both of my channels. But I'm going to mainly be speaking to you as preppers. So with that being said, for those of you who are budgeters and already know some of the things I'm going to talk about, I apologize, but I need to bring this on board for the prepping side. Preppers like to get on. They like to show you what they're doing. They like to show you how they're doing it, how they're stockpiling, how they're using their equipment, everything from generators to canners to supplies, 5-gallon buckets, Mylar bags, oxygen absorbers. But what they're not showing you is how are they getting that money pushed aside while they're doing everything else and paying for everything else, including weekly, bi-weekly, monthly groceries, however you do it. So we're here to show you 3 items today that are helping us on our prepping journey when it comes to our budget for our preps. Now, this isn't all that we do. We are currently making trackers for this. So for those of you who are not a budgeter when it comes to things of regular budgets, other than at home when you're budgeting for groceries and you're budgeting for your bills, you're already budgeting, y'all. Whether you want to be in the budgeting community or not, you know, as preppers, you're already budgeting. All of us are. This is called an A6 binder. The capital letter A, the number 6, right after the A, and then the word binder. What that means is this binder is got 6 rings, 3 and 3. These are A6 envelopes, y'all. And with that being said, I'm showing you what we call in the budgeting world trackers. Now, I'm going to show you why I'm showing these to you, and I'm going to explain this to you. First of all, I'm going to show you the 3 categories so far that we have made. I have just opened an Etsy shop recently. I'm very new to Etsy, y'all. We're just starting to get things up. I am going to let you know that there's already quite a few of my trackers right now are mainly geared toward budgeters. And y'all, just because you're a prepper doesn't mean you're not a budgeter. Like I just said, you're already budgeting. You're budgeting for groceries, you're budgeting for bills, you're budgeting for expenses. You already a budgeter, whether you want to call yourself one or not. We all budget. But I am putting up 3 trackers tonight. So give me until morning, y'all, because I'm not feeling the best and we got crappy weather here. So with that being said, these are called trackers. I'm going to go through the first 3 that I have because we're currently making the rest. And then I'm going to explain to you not only how you can get these trackers, how you use these trackers, but I'm going to explain to you about the packs that I'm going to build. This says canned goods. Very simple to understand. This is dry goods, which my son just put little 5-gallon bucket type looking icons on here for y'all. I thought it was really cool. And this one right here is emergency cash. These are the first 3 that I want to show you because these are the first 3 we made, but these are not all the ones we're going to make. We're going to make a category for everything that you need for saving money towards your preps, y'all. So the other ones are going to be identical to these with the exception of they're going to have different icons and they're going to have different titles for them. With that being said, here's what I'm going to explain to you. And then I'm going to go to the emergency cash because I think I need to explain something in that. Canned goods. This is for anything that is canned that can be on your shelf-stable shelves. This is how we save for the way we stockpile, the way that we put up our preps. The groceries that you see me that comes in that are not just groceries, but these are preps. These are in addition to our regular weekly, bi-weekly, or monthly groceries. We have to save money aside. And right now, with the inflation through the roof, it is absolutely insanely hard for a lot of people to set back $5, $10, $15, $20 every paycheck or every time they go to the grocery store in order to get preps. And they're thinking, how are you preppers bringing in caseloads and caseloads of things? How are you doing this? Those in the prepping world aren't telling you. I'm going to tell you. So in our case, we use these trackers, and this is something we have just currently created. We are going to create a ton of trackers for preps. But we're not just going to do them in a single tracker, which is what this is called. This is just one tracker, a single tracker. I'm going to offer them in single trackers, and I'm going to offer them in packs as well. We'll talk about that in here in a minute, but let's talk about how to use this tracker. For those of you in the budgeting world, I'm sorry, sit through it. Just understand that a lot of people in the prepping world aren't doing the budgeting thing, and that's okay. You don't have to do these trackers if you don't want to. But this is going to help you and help you go a long way in learning how to save up, especially if you're a new prepper or you're thinking about prepping. For example, this tracker here has 20 cans on it. At the bottom, I don't put how much each one is going to be worth, and I don't give you a goal. That is unique and specific to you, your family, your financial needs, and your needs for prepping. I may prep by the case. You may prep by the can. You may only go get a couple of cans at a time. Well, I'm grabbing cases at a time because my needs are totally different. I have 3 kids in the house. I have 3 chihuahuas in the house. So therefore, I'm going to have to prep a little bit more. You may have cats. You may not even have fur babies at all. So you may not have to prep for any kind of animal. And there may only be 2 of you. You may have 10 kids. I don't know. I'm leaving that open to interpretation for yourself so that you can personalize it. For example, how are you going to use this tracker? Well, say I want to save $100 before I go and stock up on preps for canned goods. So I would say there's 20 cans on here. I divide that by the $100 that I am making that my goal as my personal goal. You can raise it, you can lower it. It's your personal goal because I give you the spaces to do so. And I divide that by the 20 cans and I realize that, hey, each can is only going to be $5. So down here where the little can icon is on the left-hand side, I'll put a $5 there. That means every time I color in a can, I'm going to put $5 in this envelope. And I'm going to say my total is $100 because each can is $5 times 20 gives you $100. Now, if you buy this on my Etsy store, I will let you know all my single trackers are $1.35. If you buy it on Etsy for the $1.35, you get to keep this tracker. You get to go back into your purchases on Etsy, find this tracker underneath your purchases, and with that, you can reprint over and over and over again. You only need to buy the tracker once. Now, you cannot reproduce it, you cannot copy it, you cannot give it away. If you want to use it as a giveaway, just text me. Down in the description, I give you my email address. I'm also going to give you my Instagram, and you'll be able to do that. You'll be able to contact me that way. So, with that being said, that is how you use these trackers, and that's how you personalize it for yourself. If you want each tracker to be, if you want the goal to be 200, then you're going to know that 200 divided by 20 is going to give you 10, and then each can is going to be 10. When you fill the tracker up, hey, you can go to the store. If you only partially fill up the tracker because you found a sale on canned goods and you're like, whoa, I can't pass this up, use whatever you need, but also make sure that you put how much you went to the store and did. Now, these are not double-sided. I will be speaking with a print shop to do double-sided to put a tracking on the back of here so that you'll be able to write the date minus negative, and you'll be able to know if you pulled money out or if you put money back in because maybe you went to the store and you had half the canned goods filled, so you had $50, you spent 20. So for right now, just put a date minus 20 and then put a total, or put a date and whatever minus, and then that way you can keep track of it. Now, there are trackers online that you can buy and just put them in as well. But I will be looking to upgrade these here shortly in the future with a print shop and do double-sided because I think that's just the best way to do it. So let's talk about this as well. The cash in here. I know how much I have in here. I know how much of this is in here. Now, I do not color in my trackers, y'all. I'm blind. I can't see them, and I don't want to have to do it. I use this tracker for myself to know the title and what this envelope is used for. Because if I just come in and I have this envelope, I don't know what category it's for. This tracker allows me to tell what category. This is for canned goods. This is for shelf-stable canned goods. Now, obviously, y'all have vision. For those of you who do have vision, I should say. There might be some people on here who are like me who don't have vision. And I know I have some subscribers on my other channel that do not have vision as well. So I talk things through all the way through. For those of you who can see, color it in. Put your $5 here, your $10 here, whatever your goal is going to be. Take your goal, divide it by the 20, and that'll give you what each canned good is for. Like I said, I leave it open for y'all to decide because everybody's budget is different. Everybody's needs are different. Everybody's prepping needs are different. Y'all, you can do this for regular groceries. You don't have to just do it for specifically for prepping, but that's what we're doing this for. This is how we save up for our preps. This is how you see me bring case after case after case, 7, 8, 10, 12 cases at a time in my house because we save up for it. Now, the money that's in this one and the money that's in this one is not real money. The money that's in these, and this is for dry goods, so anything that goes in your 5-gallon buckets or any shelf-stable food that is not canned goods is for dry goods. And the same thing goes on each one of these. You can put in your amount after you figure out what your goal is, divide it by the 20, and that will give you what each icon is. This is prop money. None of this is real, y'all. I get it on Amazon. I get a set. I think I paid $12 for the entire set. This is prop money. Now, why is this fake money? I don't leave money in my house, y'all. It's just not going to happen. Now, am I safe about leaving it at the bank? No, I'm not feeling too safe about that either. But if I have a safe in my house and somebody robs my house and comes in when I'm not here, Lord help them if they come in my house when I'm here, because it's not going to be a good situation. I am very much happy with the Second Amendment right, so let's get that straight real fast. But somebody comes in my house, they steal my safe, they're going to take it to their house or somewhere else, and they're going to work on opening it and getting the money out of it. If it's in the bank, they can't get anything. So, no, I don't do it. I don't leave money in my house. It's for me, it's not wise. Use your own judgment on what you want to do. I mean, if you nail or screw a safe down to the floor, it's not going to take them no time to unscrew it. You screwed it down, they can unscrew it. Trust me, it's going to move. And then you're going to be out the money. And then you're just going to be SOL because they're not going to find the people. But if it's in the banks, I'm not too happy with that either because I see banks going underwater right now, and I'm not really happy with this situation. But currently, that's what I am doing. I'm going to be looking for a different situation because I don't like that either. But for right now, that's what I'm doing. Now, let's talk about this one. This is emergency cash. And the reason I left it as emergency cash, once again, you can choose how much you want to put in. Your icon is over here. Your total is over here for your goal. This needs to be real. And the reason this emergency cash needs to be real is if the banks go down and you cannot get your credit card to work, you cannot get your bank card to work, whatever the situation is, guess what? You can't get into your cash. And I've had that happen one time where the cards were down. And I had emergency cash on me. Because if you don't get emergency cash and you can't get to your cards because something went offline with the cards or the bank, something screwy at the bank, for a short amount of time, you need to have cash on you. You need to have cash for something if you need it in an emergency or you need to stock up on something or you need to grab something and the cards are just not working. Or maybe the facility is down and it's not working and you don't want to run to the bank and pull out at the ATM and take that extra stop. So emergency cash needs to be real. Everything else in there, get yourself some prop money on Amazon. I will start selling prop money here shortly in the future. But for right now, get your prop money on Amazon. And whatever is in here needs to match what you have in the bank for these specific topics. A lot of banks will allow you a multitude of different saving pots or little tiny savings account that you can name. And you can put money, you can transfer money from your regular checking account into those little savings account. And I have one named canned good. I have one named dry good. I have one with other names, but I do not have one for emergency cash because that is money that's going in here. And that's money that's going to be put in here for if anything happens, then I've got access to it and I don't need a bank and I don't need a card. So I have that. Now, again, these are the first 3 that I've made. I'm going to make a ton of prepper trackers because it's very important that people who want to prep and preppers who are prepping to have that separate budget from your regular budget so that you can have that money stocked away. And then when you want to stock up, go for it. The money's there. You don't have to take larger sums out of your bank and you don't have to take money from your groceries because you're pulling money aside little bit by little bit and you're putting in here. This is kind of like a stockpile, y'all. Okay, you're stocking up envelopes right now so that you can later stock up the food and not hurt your grocery budget and not hurt your personal budget by a large amount at one time, because you're doing it over smaller amounts of time. Now, for those of you who are budgeters, y'all know that I have budget envelopes. Now, these are different envelopes. I will be pulling these out because I'm going to put it in its own binder. I'm going to be making a ton of the prepper side as well as, thank you, as well as I'm making the budget side. Y'all, sorry, Jessica just brought me some hot tea because my throat's sore. So with that being said, if you just want a single tracker, say, I just want to stock up on dry goods for right now. I just want to start with one tracker. Then you can buy them singly. They're $1.35. That's what they'll always be on my shop. But I'm going to start making packs. And if y'all can just give me a few days to make some packs, then you can buy 5 for a smaller amount. Then you can just buy, one at a time and buy 5 together. You buy 5 together, you'll get it cheaper than if you buy 5 singly, is what I mean to say. So with that being said, there's going to be a lot more, tons of prepper trackers coming in stock in my Etsy shop. You will find that link down below. Again, we just opened the shop, so give me some time. Give me a couple of days, y'all, because we're going nuts. But just so you guys know, I also have ones for budgeting, and I'm going through different categories. These are some categories I just wanted to show you. These are categories that I just did tonight on my budget side of things. And so in these other categories, I also have fake money. I don't put real money in these categories because I have pots in my bank account where each one savings account has a different name, and I just transfer the money from the regular account into these little pots, these little names up here, and that's how I know how much money I have in there. I don't leave a ton of money at my house. It's just not going to happen. So yeah, I've got savings challenges for everything. You don't just need it as a prepper. You need to be able to budget for all things. If you feel like you need to put it in cash because you can't trust yourself with bank cards and you see too much money in the bank, then do cash. If you want to do saving pots like I do, then do that. Draw a little bit of interest off of those amounts that you're already putting in. I've already cleared Christmas for this year, y'all. 2023, we're going into April, and I've got Christmas already in the bag. So feel free to also join me over on my budgeting channel, which is Without Limits Budgets and my name is spelled A-A-R-Y-N, capital L-Y-N-N. It's Erin Lynn. It's one name. I will drop that in the description box down below too. Feel free to also see me over on the budgeting side of things. And if you're a budgeter, come on over here to our prepping side of things. Here is Without Limits Missouri Prepper. So I have both channels, and feel free to join me on either or both channels. If anybody has any questions, concerns, comments, or suggestions, drop it down below in the comment section. Again, my Etsy shop is listed down below, but y'all, give me a few more hours. I got to get those trackers up, and right now, I'm not feeling the best. I've got a really bad sore throat, and it's just what it is. The weather has changed. So without that, we'll catch you in the next video. Until then, Without Limits is out.